anyway, like I was saying, it's so jarring because when you get to Cape Town, life is cookies and cream. Like there's no electricity. In fact, no, there's never ever no electricity. If there's no water, a plan is made within an hour. Like all your demands, all your needs, like are met within a space of an hour. You know, like I don't know if it's just institutionally because maybe people keep on struggle with this, but like me, from what I know in that side, you really don't struggle with anything. I never even seen a blackout that side, guys. Like I've been saying for the past 6 months, I don't even know what I was like to not have electricity. You come here and it's like you have to readjust to the lived realities of where you come from. So now you're back to understanding that life actually ain't cookies and cream, right? You come back to a week. In fact, when you come back here, it's already dark. You can't see. The Uber can't even see when it comes in because it's dark. And then you go 2 weeks with no electricity. Fine, you're just because you guys have a gas stove, and then boom, water goes. So water and electricity gone. And those two realities now, they are very conflicting, and they just show you how. I think being in Cape Town has taught me how a normal person's supposed to live, and being here has taught me how the apartheid government intended for black people to live, right? And you get to really experience how other people live. You start to really understand how the system was built towards people, and that is something that really, really bothers me. But we'll get into it some other time because I don't have energy. I think it takes a great amount of strength to soldier on or fight through. Because, especially as someone who got into the SRC, right? It's like having to protest in the community. Guys, did I mention that I've been protesting my whole life? Literally in high school, I protested against my principal. Mainly we protest for electricity and water. And last year, this year, 2020, we protested at UCT. Like I've been protesting my whole life. It ain't nothing new to me. But it just shows, like, the fact that I've made it this far just shows, like, my willingness to push through any situation. Because even if I have to fight till my last breath to make it out of here, then let it be. Yeah, what else am I reflecting on in living here? Coming back here and truly seeing the lived realities for what they are and not what they are considered to be, which is normal, because this is not normal. So that has also taught me to give people grace. Like, you know, when you come here, people don't even understand that this is not normal because this is the normal. And if you would have come to me who hadn't lived in Cape Town before in my life, and you came to me and told me this is not normal to live like this, I would have been like, okay, and you know, because this is something you're used to your whole life. Having coffee, by the way. It's a very interesting thing to witness every day, because you sit in a sociology class and they tell you about how the bourgeoisie live, and then you see and then they tell you about how the working class lives, and then I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. Then you get to Cape Town and you actually see how the bourgeoisie live. Alright, you get to see how the bourgeoisie live. And then you come to a place like Alex in the Township and you get to see how the working class lives. And it's like, now this stops being normal, but you start seeing it through the lenses of what you're actually learning, through the lens of your degree, and you're like, child, what is this? What is this? You know? And all else, man, I still remain grateful. Some opportunities that I have access to, I like to think not many people have access to, and shame, that really keeps me very grateful. It keeps me humble more than anything. I realized like 2 or 3 days ago that in fact one of mine and my mom's biggest dream is to open like a community organization where such issues are not only addressed, but we can provide like food packages for people that we've seen struggling, you know, because even though at home we don't have much, like even with the little that we have, we try to assist each other to help where you can. It's crazy, like, and I think about it from like an SRC perspective, right? Like as a housing coordinator, right, I'm here at home and we're really facing these kinds of issues, like electricity and water are basic necessities. These are things people should struggle with. yet there are people that are struggling with these things. And then you get to a university that doesn't want to give you housing because you come from a background like this, you're poor. And now they make you feel like you're poor, and you're like, you know what, because you're poor, you are undeserving of housing. And that is such a sad reality to live in. Okay. That's great, they're collecting municipal rubbish. Oh. Hi, Madam Kevin. I'm good, how are you? Thank you, thank you. Oh, my sister's calling me. This girl calls me like 6 times a day. Guys, I was dealing with a lot, so my apologies. So jarring, very jarring, but very eye-opening. You know, like, it's one thing to learn about the system of oppression, patriarchy, whatever, but to live it is a whole different thing. It's one thing to know that the system sought to exclude black people. To live in the lived realities of that exclusion, wow. You must imagine you are fighting for a basic necessity like electricity. You are fighting for electricity, guys. Electricity shouldn't even be something you're fighting for. It's a basic human necessity, like water. But yeah, this is what they meant when they say they meant to exclude black people. And it's like you get to experience both lives. Like when I'm in Cape Town, I get to be a bourgeoisie, and when I'm here, I get to be the working class. And you really see things from both perspectives, and you really understand that. You see, like you can even tell the lived realities because when I'm recording in Cape Town, you've never even heard a sound besides the intercom portable. But when I'm here, you even hear in jazz. My favorite quote that I live by, Steve Biko wrote, before poverty, exclusion, or oppression is ever physical, it always starts mental. You have to mentally kill the barriers in your head. You have to decide that this is not my story. This is not who I am. This is not where I'm gonna end up. Because every time I come here, I learn more and more because I am more conscious. Do you understand? I'm more conscious every time I come back, and in that consciousness, it really helps me better navigate life in the township and life in Cape Town. Because also, I hate the fact that sometimes it requires you to have like 2 personalities. So when I'm here, I'm just like, it is what it is. It's out of my control. But when I'm that side, I'm fighting for my life because I'm just like, I cannot afford to go back there, which is here. I have to study like my life depends on it because it does. Genuinely, it does. You have to defeat the mentality that you don't belong here. These walls don't define you. These situations that are taking place in the township, they are not you. You are not your township. You are not where you come from. Hi. You're not where you come from, and your poverty does not define you. Yes, poverty does not define you. When you step out and you actually use education to escape these lived realities, you are liberating yourself. Another thing that the situation has taught me is how dehumanizing poverty is. It's like these situations expect people that live here to go days without bathing, days without eating. Like, that is dehumanizing. What do you want people to do? How do you want people to live? These aren't good living conditions. You want people to die. I hate the fact that you have to advertise your story. Like, you have to, this is where I come from, this is what I went through, this is something that I experienced, just so you could be given opportunities in life. This is why people are able to manipulate your story, because they'll tell you that you were nothing when I met you, and I made you, and just all sorts of manipulation and exploitation. I want to talk about shame. I remember first semester, when I got to Cape Town for the very first time, shame. I was very ashamed, and I was very scared of telling people where I came from, because shame. Another thing I'm learning now with the apartheid system, right, is that they sought to create shame, which is why another thing about poverty that makes it so dehumanizing is that it's meant to shame you. It's meant to put shame in you. So you live with shame. Even for things that aren't shameful, you start to carry shame. And I didn't realize that I used to carry shame until I learned about it, that this is a system that's meant to train you to carry shame. How disgusting. So I couldn't even tell people where I was from. There's that shame of people looking at you like, oh, you're poor, and then people looking down on you, talking down on you, right? But it's like, that's another thing. It was a feeling of imposter syndrome. Like, people like myself don't belong in rooms like this because I don't come from a situation that allows me to even be in rooms like this. But that's the thing. You have to defeat that shame in your mind first before you can ever defeat it mentally. Why am I feeling shame about where I come from when I didn't put myself in that situation? Nothing I can do. It comes out randomly, this vlog. Just know that it didn't come back that same Monday or Tuesday. It came back the day I posted it, the day electricity came back. I'll probably record us going to strike again for electricity because that's my life. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. Hashtag Unfiltered. Bye.